November 3rd, 2024. Can you believe that? Hi, everybody, and welcome to Ask Us Anything.
And go Lions. Hey, I'm leaving the fourth quarter, so every now and then, if you guys are watching that, somebody text me the score, okay? The Green Bay Lions game. This is going to be a great year. Michigan, Detroit, everybody's pretty darn excited about our Lions. So, hey, welcome, everybody. We are back home in Michigan. We thought we could be outside, but we had daylight savings time fall back this morning, and it's pitch black out there.
It's very, very dark.
And we got back here Friday night, and the temperature dropped overnight to 25 degrees. So I spent yesterday winterizing our fifth wheel, and now, of course, it's going to be moderate temperatures pushing 70 again for the next week, and really, they say for the next couple of weeks. But it's done. I had to do it anyway, right?
Right.
You're looking quite spiffy with our Woodlands t-shirt.
Mhm.
This is from our Loblolly Ridge community, which is called the Woodlands at Buffalo River. They had their big gathering of all the owners last 2 weeks ago, and we all ordered shirts. Nita there did a really great job. I have a hoodie.
I thought maybe you'd wear yours, but I do say you look very nice.
Well, thank you. You do too. Thanks to Phyllis for being with us tonight and keeping everything going. Thanks to you guys for being here. And we are simulcasting this on a bunch of different platforms. Special hello to everybody who's on our RV community at rvcommunity.com. And of course, I think we're on Twitter and Facebook and of course, YouTube. So we're delighted to have you all with us tonight. All right. First thing, we have an announcement about our winners. We had a giveaway contest, and we have actually 4 winners to announce, 1 first prize and 3 second prizes. Who was the first prize winner of a month stay at the Jellystone Park in near Zion, Utah?
It was Robert from Westerly, Rhode Island.
Robert, you won a month free hookup stay. Yeah, the Jellystone Yogi Bear Zion, right near Zion National Park. You're going to have an awesome time. And then we had 3 winners of 1 week stays there. Who won those?
First off, it was Colleen from Tampa, Florida. Second, we have Chris from Spring Hill, Florida. And then we have Spencer from Southfield, Michigan.
Colleen, Chris, Spencer, congratulations to you. Congratulations to Robert. And that's an awesome giveaway that we just had. We're really excited about it. And we think somebody is going to have a great time there. We hope to go ourselves sometime in 2025. So we're looking forward to it. All right. This is Ask Us Anything. So go ahead. Ask us anything. We're here. Randy Dexter. Hi, Randy.
A good evening from North Carolina. Enjoying RVing this weekend to a winery and then to a vineyard that was a campground, where we enjoyed a campfire, making new friends, some fall leaves were left.
Yeah, not many left. We lost most of ours here in Michigan.
I think the day before we got back, they fell.
Yeah, it was 70 degrees the day before we got back. Even up in, we were just south of Indianapolis on the way back. That was where we stayed. They were closing. It was a KOA there, and they were closing it up for the year. And we were, I think, there were 2 people staying there, right?
Right.
Yeah. So. But they told us they keep a couple of sites open all the time. Where was that? Scottsburg, Indiana. What a great place. We really enjoyed that spot.
They had lots of open space, and there was lots for Bo to do there.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Actually, they had a haunted Halloween hayride that kind of wound through some woods along the fields back that park is around. And Bo and I, that was our walk the night before, and the morning of, we had a great walk. He didn't get scared by anything.
Well, you're not keeping up to your normal tradition of scaring the poor dog.
Well, I always hide behind a tree because he gets ahead of me, and then I just kind of wait, and he panics. Like, where'd my daddy go? But he's onto my tricks now, so it doesn't work to it. Anyway, Randy, great to see you. Glad you got out and camping. Frugal Tracy joins us.
Okay, that sounds great, Randy. Our fifth wheel is spending the winter at the dealership for warranty work.
Oh, for the whole winter? Well,
Wow.
At least they'll winterize it, hopefully. But you better make sure they do that.
Yeah.
Great to have you with us tonight, Tracy. Raphael in Visalia, California. Greetings
Yeah.
from him. Thank you, Raphael. Glad
Greetings
to
back
see you
to
there.
you.
Linda Ward.
Hello from Robbinsville, New Jersey. We winterized the RV yesterday. Rich wants to try winter camping. I don't know what has gotten into him. I would love it. Yay.
Well,
Linda and Rich are going to go winter camping.
yes, and it's really easy in a Lisa travel van. You won't have any problems at all. You'll have a great time with that, and you just use antifreeze. When you flush the toilet, and you bring on your own bottled water, and you turn on the heater if it gets cold, and you play in the snow.
Yep.
If you have snow, yeah.
We should let them borrow Bo.
Yeah, Bo.
They used to have an Elkhorn.
Oh, yeah. Linda did used to have a nice Elkhorn. Yeah.
Yes.
Chris Mondo Biondo, who's been saving the world for freedom these last few days. He's working hard, and we appreciate it, Chris.
Hello, RV Lifestyle.
Yep. A little secret message to Chris. He knows I'm talking about. Christina Holligan.
Christina from Fort Worth, Texas.
Hey, Christina. Glad to see you there. Genesis Rodriguez.
Hi, love you guys. We love you back.
We do. We do.
We appreciate your being
James Dooley.
Lions have the best coach in the NFL. True league.
Yes, he is. He is a great
leader.
Great coach. And you have no idea how excited Detroit was to have such a great team with the Tigers this year, and now with our Lions. And that makes us pretty darn excited. All the way this year for the Lions, we hope. Mike Woods.
Hey, hello from Windsor, Ontario, Canada.
Right across the Detroit River from America. It's the only place in America where Canada is due south.
I understand that lithium batteries only have so many charge cycles. Does it reduce the life by being charged over and over with solar?
After about 10 years, maybe. No, it doesn't at all. In fact, Mike, it's really the opposite way. It's the AGM batteries that their life, every time you charge them, and if they drain all the way, they're dead. Lithium's not. You can keep charging them. That's not an issue that you have to worry about. And solar does not hurt it. It just sort of tops it off gently. I suppose, everything comes to an end. Look at those Teslas with their $20,000 batteries. And I don't know what the lifespan is on that. Phyllis knows. She's got how many years is it? 10 years is all? 20 years.
20 years. Wow.
20 years. Okay. So I think it's about the same for your RV lithium batteries. Maybe in 20 years, you might have a little diminished stuff, but they last a long time. Janet Bullard.
Hello from Mississippi.
Hey, Janet. Thanks for being with us tonight. It's getting cold in Mississippi these last couple of days too, hasn't it? The temperature is changing everywhere. Who else we got on here tonight?
I keep reminding myself that fall is until December 21st or so.
Coops RV Adventures. Coops, what are you doing in Branson? I'll be darned. Well, that's an area that we're giving a lot of attention to as a possible gathering spot next year.
So what shows have you seen?
Yeah. So check some of those shows. So many
Tell
great
us what
shows.
you liked best.
Coops and Tracy, both of them did the sugar beet harvest this year, which is very popular with a lot of RVers. Ken Cooper.
Okay, what was the procedure for winterizing your Montana?
It took all of about 5 minutes. That's really all it takes if you have everything lined up. I did antifreeze this year, and the reason I did it is because we have a new washer dryer that we've never had before. I've done previous years. We used forced air. We drained everything, and then we blew out those lines gently and got all the water out, and it was great. I love that. I just don't like that antifreeze smell. But because we have a washer dryer, you really need to put antifreeze through that. I suppose you could probably use air to do it as well, but I wouldn't want to mess around with it. So, but I used 1.5 gallons, and it went through the whole system after we got all the water out. It took literally 5 minutes. The washer was 3 minutes, 4 minutes. So it was a piece of cake. The hardest part is just going, draining the water out of the hot water heater.
Getting the right tool.
It's a 1 1/16 inch socket, and I knew I have one, but I could not find it. So I had to go to the hardware store and get that. And then, length the hose, and you just turn on the air, run that in one end into the antifreeze bucket, and one end into the winterizing connection on the wet bay of the Montana. Turn on the water pump, and there you go. You get pink stuff coming out of all the faucets. You can turn them off. You're done.
But the bad part is the shower. You were going to show in the video.
Yeah.
Clean
This
up.
is my wife now. I did a video on this.
Okay.
I should say that. Just watch my video. I'll do a video. I'll run in that video pretty quick. But the last step is I always say go and clean up, because when you're running water out of the shower, it's that pink stuff comes and it's it's not like water. It doesn't just dry. It's pink
Kind
and
of
yucky.
sticky.
So you want to clean out your sinks afterwards. So by the time I turned that off and put the stuff away and went into the RV to then show, and the last step is clean it out. Somebody had already cleaned it out.
Now, not everybody would care if their
Well, I was
person they
making
were
a
with
video.
was. Well, I didn't realize that. All I could think of was
You don't
to
like
clean
that?
up the pink stuff.
Yep. Well,
So I cleaned it up and he went back in to show it.
I'm literally
It was
walking on the
gone.
camera. I should have left it. But, and the last step is, never mind. There is no last step. That was the last one.
Well,
Whatever I
you
did
could have
last.
poured a little
I could have.
in the shower
Would have been
because
cheap.
it was really quite a mess.
But yeah, it's yucky. It's kind of comes out the stuff and it drains, and that's good. But you want to
The shower
wipe it up.
pan had a lot on there, and you don't have a reputation for being neat.
Me?
So, I just thought, well, before I go in, I'll clean it up.
Oh man, Janice Smith.
Okay, stopped in for the night at Cave City, Kentucky, as we headed home to Tennessee. Been in Elkhart for a rally and love seeing the beautiful fall colors. Always enjoy watching the live chat. Thank you, Janice.
And Janice, I think that's where we stay that's our first overnight when we leave Michigan to head south. We love Cave Country RV Park there in Cave City, Kentucky, right off I-65. Missouri travelers.
How do you find doctors in your healthcare plan?
Well, how do you find doctors in your healthcare plan?
We don't have a plan that you have to pick certain doctors. We are Medicare.
Yeah. If
And
you,
our-
yeah, we can get care anywhere in the world. We have obviously doctors in Michigan where we spend, half the year, maybe not even that. And they can prescribe to us, and we can use a national pharmacy anywhere we want. And if we need to see a doctor on the road, you just call and find one, or go to an emergency clinic and they'll refer you if it's important, or go to an ER if it's that kind of an issue. But we don't have any kind of insurance that requires us to have in-state doctors or anything like that.
Yeah, I know a lot of insurance you have to pick from this group of doctors. So I can see how that would be hard. Actually, the hardest place finding doctors is in our new community.
Yeah, we
It's
moved
very
to
hard.
Western Michigan here.
It's a small town area.
I don't
We
think.
just need to drive an hour to go to Grand Rapids. We need to go to a bigger city.
Yeah, probably. But we've 2 years now. We've been here pretty much. 2 years ago we bought anyway, and we barely have doctors here. We still have a lot back in the Detroit area where we lived before. So in fact, we're going back for our eye dot. This is how exciting life gets when you get older. We have a double date for our annual eye exam in a week or so.
Right. We're
And we're
going
back to Detroit rather
back to
than
the Detroit area.
It's too impossible to find doctors here in this community.
It is a challenge.
Tom McAllister.
Howdy from Tomcat, hanging out in North Myrtle Beach, less the motorhome for a week.
Hey, Tom, I thought I saw that you were selling
they're selling.
your Winnebago. Is that the one you used to have? You had two for a while. Or are you getting something new? I'm curious about that. Drop me an email, Tom. You got my email. Anybody has this. Mike and Jen at rvlifestyle.com. Carol Fife.
Whoa, got home today from Ottawa, Canada, where it was 19 degrees this morning. Much warmer in Chesterland, Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah, 19 is refreshing.
Bo is wondering again who we're talking. When
Now he wants pets.
I don't know if you heard him shake his collar. That's how he gets attention.
That's how he says, pay attention
And
to
in
me.
the morning, that's how he wakes us up.
Yep.
So, but Bo says hello to
Yep.
everybody. Carol,
wants
glad you're
pets
back
now.
home. Lillian Hernandez.
Hi from Pennsylvania.
Hey, Lillian. Thank you for being with us. Are you a fan?
Hi, all from Tom's Valley, New Jersey. Spent last week in Ocean City, New Jersey, camping with gorgeous blue skies and warmth. Hasn't rained here in October. Took advantage of the weather to winterize this week.
Yeah, it hasn't rained. We have a small little lake, it's mostly covered with lily pads in the summer, but it's a small little lake. Uh-oh, my camera froze up on me.
Oh, I wondered why my head was funny like
Stand
that.
by. I hope you all hear me. This has done this twice
Is
now.
this your adoring wife looking at you?
That's my adoring wife. I hope you still are hearing us audio-wise because I have to fix this. I don't know why it is doing this all of a sudden, but it is. So I have to figure out how to do this. Okay, you can still hear me, so we can keep talking, and my camera will come back on in just a moment. And I just have to power that off and then power that on and then go there. It still didn't do it. Huh. Okay.
Well, at least, I mean, we're kind of sappy looking, but at
Yes.
least we don't have our mouths open.
Okay,
and
I
things.
can bring another camera on. No, I can't. This is it. I don't know why this camera is not working. I had issues with this all day today, and I could make my phone. Let's try this. This won't look good, but it'll be a start. Oh, I don't want to do that. Hang on. I'm working on this. You guys can ask questions here. Here's somebody. Hello from Moscow, PA. Robin Ostermish. No questions. She just wants to listen tonight. Well, Robin, until I can figure out what happened to this camera, why it stopped working, I'm going to have to go back to my old system, aren't I? Hello to Larry Valdez in Seattle, Washington. This is very frustrating.
Well, why don't you just
Why don't I what?
forget about trying to fix it?
Well, I can. I can do that. And oh, look,
Oh, we're back.
we found
Magic.
it.
Magic.
Okay, sorry about that. I think we were gone. We've been gone for 6 weeks, and so I had to come back, and everything needed an update. And if you have computers, you know how frustrating that is. And I think we solved the problem. So there you go. But I'm glad you still heard me on all of this. And hi to Bill Sprague from Cooling, Western Maryland. Road trip, buddy?
Oh, what's for dinner? We had such an easy dinner tonight.
I had America's comfort lunch. Tomato soup and
A
grilled cheese. And you had?
I had some, I had a hummus wrap sandwich and
Tomato soup.
a little tomato soup.
It was really good.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then we ruined it all by splitting a big muffin. Except you got a gluten-free muffin.
It was a
Didn't taste
mistake,
as
but
good.
it was fine.
So there you go, road trek buddy. What'd you eat?
Yeah, we
Cindy
should-
Weber.
Hello from Georgia. And then go the dogs. Read your article on RV smells. Have you tried anything like Eden Pure or other similar products? If so, what is your evaluation?
I've never used Eden Pure, and I don't remember our article on RV smells. But what do we do?
RV smells, other than open the window and open the doors.
Go like that. Turn on the
use
fans. Fantastic
Murphy's
fans.
oil soap to wipe things down to get rid of smells. And there's a product, if it's a damp, musty smell, to get the moisture out of the air.
Oh
I'm a
yeah,
big
Susie
fan of
Wilson
that.
gave us that thing.
Yeah.
And man, does that work?
But we go through it like crazy. I can't believe how quick we go through it.
Susie, I think you're on there. I see Mike Haminga is saying hi to Susie and Jerry. So Susie, what's the name of that thing you gave
Oh,
us?
we should know. It's
so
damp
that-
rid or something.
Damp rid something, but it really,
It takes
I
the
mean,
moisture out of the air
yeah, with heavy
because there's
humidity.
kind of a musty smell.
Ray Smalley.
Hello from New Jersey.
Hey, Ray, how are you? Glad to see you with us tonight. Janet Bullard.
Our weather has been nice, but we are expecting rain and cooler temperatures this week.
Yeah, we are expecting everything to warm up a little bit again. So I'm looking forward to that. And we can go out and hang out in the RV. Coop's Adventures working on their condo, he says down there.
6 has been our favorite show for over the years.
Well, Coops, if we do a gathering there, you can stay in your condo or still hang out with us. Suzanne Weiss.
Hi from Nebraska. Finally getting some much needed rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need rain too.
I was starting to talk about our little lake here while we were gone. Not a stitch of rain anywhere. It's down about 10 feet. The level, the shoreline is about 10 feet out. And I'm noticing parts at the far end of it are
We're
filling
going to be
in
able
with
to
mud.
farm it pretty
We
soon.
can plant some corn there, maybe. Yeah. Kathy Chanteau is with us. Hey, Kathy, how are you?
Let's see, Carolyn and Jim, Kathy and Les say hi. Love the Blue Angels. You're whipping that
Oh,
thing
I'm trying to
back and
make you
forth.
be
You're
able to read
making
it.
me seasick.
I'm taking
And Thunderbird shows at the base.
Yep.
One of our grandsons and his girlfriend and her parents are that way watching the show, the Blue Angels show. And her brother is a Marine, and so they're visiting the brother and watching the show.
And I got a text here from Tomcat, and he said that where did it go? He said that he is flipping he bought a Winnebago 2014, and he's flipping it. And I think, did you put that, Tom, on our community? And we have a area, if you're a member of our community, rvcommunity.com, you can post items for sale. And I thought I saw it there. Maybe I saw it somewhere else, but if you haven't, you can put it there, Tom, because you are one of our members. And we don't let corporations or businesses do it, but we let the individual RVers post stuff for sale there. And you can find a space there for that, community.rvlifestyle.com. Susie and Jerry in Viva Las Vegas. Thank you. Thank you very much. Susie and Jerry.
How's that grandbaby?
Yeah, they're down visiting grandkids. It's kind of fun. What I love about our communities, we get to kind of know where everybody is, and even though we all can't hang together. Mike Kaminga is in rainy Oklahoma.
Yeah, I think are we supposed to get some rain this week?
We're supposed to get rain tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
We have been very busy, by the way. I'll come back to all that stuff later. We'll give you a preview. Lillian Hernandez.
When winterizing, do you need to do something with the solar batteries?
Solar batteries.
Your solar panels?
The power goes through a solar controller into your main batteries. So you don't have to do anything with them. The only thing I would do is if you have a lot of snow or a lot of dust, once or twice a year, get up there and just use a hose or a soft bristle, a push broom with a cloth wrapped around it, and just kind of move any debris off the solar panels,
or leaves or whatever that might be accumulating on it.
No, you can let if you're just leaving it and not touching it for a while, I would probably, and you're not going to use it for months on end, I would probably just disconnect all your batteries and just leave it off like that. And your lithium you can power those right up in the spring, and you don't have to do anything with them.
So if ice accumulates on your solar panels, you just wait for it to melt?
God will take care of it. It just melts when he causes the weather to warm up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just wondered,
Yeah. Well, that's a good question. Gene Newman.
Ooh. Hello from rainy Wisconsin. You guys are slaughtering us Packers. Lots of laughs. Really enjoy watching you guys every week. Thank you.
Thank you, Gene. Well, we root for the Packers when the Lions aren't playing for them. We are close enough to Wisconsin. We love Green Bay. And we have a special memory of him. When our eldest son got married, we had a reception at a hotel in suburban Detroit, and the Packers were staying there. They were playing the Lions the next day on the night of the reception. So we had all the Packers players crashing our wedding reception.
And how about the fact that our daughter-in-law
is from
Wisconsin. So she was a major Green Bay fan, but now after all these years of their marriage.
But here's what I saw tonight. I was watching the game just before we came on, and the cheeseheads, the Packers with their cheese hats. There was a Detroit fan, and instead of a cheese hat, he had a cheese grater on his hat. Big one. Oh, it's great. It is, I think, one of the friendliest rivalries. There's no animosity, I think, between either side, although some fans on either side, I'm sure, can get carried away, but it's a good game. James Massey.
Hello from 90-degree Texas. Dan Campbell is doing great with the Lions. He really is, isn't he?
And he was a Texas Aggie.
Mm-hmm.
James, great to see you. And thank you for being with us. And I missed that weather. Jeff Newman.
Has the Mississippi fantasy trip filled yet? Just 10 months to go.
I checked this week, and I think there's like 5 spots open. Maybe, yeah, I think there's 5 spots open. That's the trip we're doing. Do I have it written down there?
It's September.
September 5th to October 8th. We're doing a fantasy RV tour of the Mississippi River from up in
Minnesota.
Minnesota. They don't see I'm pointing at a map.
We got a
big
map
map up there. Yeah, from up there,
Up there,
all the way down to here. Yeah.
All the way down to New Orleans.
And you can learn about it there if you want.
I think it should be quite interesting.
Yeah, everybody says it's one of the best tours that they have, and that they really enjoy it. So we sure enjoyed the maritime tour.
Oh, we did. I strongly recommend that.
Yep.
If you haven't been there, you need to put it on your bucket list.
24-14. What? Green Bay? No.
I think Detroit's 24.
The Lions
14.
beat Green Bay 24-14. Okay,
game's
they
over?
came back up. Must be, yeah. You scared me there for a minute. Lions they couldn't be that. VLP 4068.
If you were a new motorhome buyer, what is easiest class, A or B?
Well, the easiest is a B.
Because it's little.
By far and away, it is the easiest to drive, to set up, to disembark.
But we've been talking about this, and with your B, when you start, attaching a toad to the back of it, a little car, you get pretty long.
Yeah, most Bs do not tow, and the B pluses and the small Cs do, but most Bs don't tow because it's just a van, and you can go anywhere, and it fits in a regular spot. Most Class Bs. There's some extended length sprinters, for example, are 22.5 feet, but Class B is easier. However, it's crowded. You can't carry as much stuff. We had Bs for the first 4 or 5 years, 5 years maybe, that we were doing the RV lifestyle. And when we first got them, there was lots of storage underneath on the sides, and that all went away.
Where'd it go?
I don't know where they took it, but they maybe they're trying to save weight. I don't know, but there's very little storage in a Class B. And we've moved from a B to a B plus to a Class C, and now we are in a fifth wheel. And I will say that we are considering, we wish we still had a B or a B plus, and we're going to do a bunch of reviews on some of the other models. We're actually looking at some, we don't want to telegraph everything. We'll be doing we're doing a review this week on Class C, and we'll probably, no, it's a Class C.
Oh.
It's actually a B plus, but which is a Class C, and then we'll probably do a B. That gets confusing. VLP, a B plus, what's that? A B plus is actually a Class C, but it doesn't have that traditional overhang on it.
So it is really
up above.
A C minus.
It's a C minus is what they should call it.
They should call it a C minus.
Yeah, but we're still looking at them. We did a great, we haven't put out the review, but we did a review last week.
Should you say, because somebody else will jump the head.
That's right. If I say what it is, somebody else.
There is so much competition now. We think there's at least 500 other people that do what we do. At
least that. And it's funny because we don't have time to watch our own, let alone anybody else. A couple of them are friends of ours, and we like to check in with them. But I see them, in the feed from YouTube, and there's a whole bunch of them that have gone negative and sensational, and they write, really sensational headlines. I thought about doing the same thing this week.
This would have been so funny for this week's Saturday if you haven't seen it yet.
If you saw our video that came out yesterday, it's on, we went to our property in Tennessee, and, we hadn't been there for several months, and
6 months.
6 months, we had to clear some weeds out. We found some invasive species. I got attacked by fire ants. I stepped on a fire ant nest. And then we happened to time it so that last week it was in the middle of the annual Asian beetle invasion. They all try and find a place to stay. They swarm, and we had thousands of them around us. So we had fun with those stories. But I thought, I could have gone like all the others and been real negative and written, with big loan and a thumb, Mike attacked
in the woods.
In the woods, and everybody went, what's that? They would have clicked that.
Yeah,
that's what so many of them have gone to, these ridiculous sensational ones, or they spend all their time trying to find negative stories about people who've had bad experiences with an RV. And look, there are a lot of them. Just like you could do the same with cars, you could do the same thing with people with houses, you could do the same people, with their cell phones. But, extreme negativity and draws eyeballs, as does sensationalism. And then the other thing is everybody seems to copy. We have noticed because I'm always telling you what we're doing and where we're going to go. And I'll look, and some of these other people are doing, then we'll do the exact same thing, and they'll try and do it either the same week we do, or even if they can beat us. So we've stopped to say what we're doing, but we have an interesting
don't
review.
tell everything you know.
Yeah, we have an interesting review coming on Saturday.
Yes. And the other thing people are doing, they're posting nasty things people say to you. And our policy is just don't. We just ignore them.
I mean, there are people who write really nasty stuff, and you could read that, and all you're doing is validating them, and that's why they write the nasty stuff, to get a reaction. But again, but I guess that's going to happen. There's so many people doing this now that you got to find a niche or some little thing that will get eyeballs. And we're just kind of doing the same thing, just us, which maybe is not the most exciting anymore. Ed Richards. Hello, Ed. Hey, Ed, you saw my announcement in the RV amateur radio space. We're going to start a fusion room. I've got a lot of work to do on that this week and next week, but I'm really excited about it. And keep your radios. Anyway, Ed's one of our regular viewers and supporters, and he's also an amateur radio operator.
So greetings from Baton Rouge. And Ed was driving around taking pictures of waterfalls. Yeah, I just got home from a 2,200-mile trek through the southeast, shooting waterfalls and the fall colors, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Wonderful way to spend your time. It sounds relaxing.
Yeah, I thought you went to the Smokies. I wonder how you got there and how it was looking compared, if you got close to the, to the Blue Ridge Mountains, and which Parkway is still closed for, a couple hundred miles. They're opening parts of it, but hopefully you got some of that. Larry Valdez.
Hey, Mike and Jen, I have a 6-foot round sewer access plate in the middle of my driveway. I ordered an LTV with a macerator. Can I use this to dump my black tank? I would say no.
Well, yes, if you can easily get it into there, but 6-inch round isn't bad. You just get an adapter for because the macerator is only that big. You don't have the stinky slinky, so you're gonna have to get like a little adapter that will let you hold the macerator securely in place, and then the rest will fill up that hole, because you don't want slippage and spillage. Of course, it's your yard, your driveway.
You can't just hold it.
But I don't know. You might have some kind of a local ordinance. You might have an HOA.
Your neighbor might turn you in.
Your neighbor might turn you in.
See you doing this.
Not knowing those things, I would say, if all that is fine, yeah, you can. As long as it goes directly into the tank.
It's kind of like that movie.
Like Vacation with cousin Eddie, dumping the what in the sewer system. I wish we'd like to have something out by our RV. First of all, it'd be a great place for a guest bedroom, but I wish we had a place we could empty ours here. It's hard in the wintertime to find a place to empty them.
Yeah.
At least where we are now in Southwest Michigan.
Where we were before, we were fortunate.
We thought we could go to Keystone. They're really nice to let their people, sometimes they'll let us stay there when we bring it in for service, but that's pushing our luck.
Yeah, we're kind of pushing their
Matt Blau.
friendship. What ham license do you have? Is there one level? And was the test hard? The FCC closed down GMRS networks.
With GMRS, I just rode, over 6 weeks. I had it on all the time, and I heard no one on GMRS. No one. Ham radio, not so much either. If you're listening strictly to FM, the VHF bands, the UHF bands, thanks to this fusion network that's way too complicated to explain and without boring everybody else who's watching, you can do a lot of other stuff. But the test you need, there's a number of different levels, licenses for amateur radio operators. The one you need to do UHF, VHF, which will be this room that we're setting up for RVers as you travel the country or even as you're home, where you can talk to us on the radio and other RVers, the RV lifestyle room as it's going to be. All you need is a ham radio technician's license. And you can study for that. There's no code or anything you take. And in really just a few days of studying, you'll be able to pass that. There are lots of places online where you can get sample tests and what you have to study. ARRL.net. ARRL.net has all the information you need about getting licensed. But GMRS is just not very usable. I was hoping it would. I put a unit in my, it's okay for if somebody behind you and you're traveling in a caravan, but for riding on the roads, it's just not very useful. Ham radio is where to go. Kathy Shandu, yes, the Lions won. Yes.
Our sons and our son-in-law will be so happy.
As will your husband.
Mm-hmm.
Husband of your youth.
They're faithful watchers.
Yes, they are.
Yes.
I'm kind of a fair weather watcher. Jimmy Land.
You can still have a happy household with a Packer and Lion fan, but Packers and Vikings don't make for a peaceful life.
No, the Vikings and the Packers, it's a good rivalry, but it's a tough one. I wouldn't want to have, that'd be pretty bad. That'd be like having a Kamala and a Trump spousal arrangement that would not work in the same house in these days. So that's true. Janice Smith.
Have you been to World Equestrian Center in Ocala?
We have. We did an RV show there once. We didn't camp there, and I think you can, but we have been there. We stayed somewhere in Ocala, one of the RV parks out that way, and we did a weekend there with Nick Schmidt and Sunshine State RVs. We went out and hung out with him at an RV show there. It's a beautiful facility. Coop's RV Adventures.
You know that Fantasy has a Bronson Christmas rally? We do know that.
You had to bring that up, Coops. Come on. She just said we should go do a rally in Branson this summer or this winter. But it's pretty, their rallies are pretty expensive. I mean, their tours are very expensive, but the rallies are, they take care of everything and buses to go to the shows.
Yeah, you don't have to drive. You don't have to worry about parking. You get dropped off and picked up.
But I couldn't go. The caddies on Route 66 would meet up in Branson. Well, stay tuned. If you're a member of the community, we're making a lot of changes in the community. As heads up, those of you who are community members, heads up, lots of changes coming. We'll be announcing them in the next couple of weeks. We really have some big plans for this community, and it's right there. You can find it. But one of the things is we're going to keep the rallies that we do open just to community members because they fill up in like a day. They still are going to fill up, but that'll be a perk of being in the community. Oh yeah, I forgot. We do an afterglow. I forgot to tell everybody that. I forgot that we were doing that too. For those of you who are community members, we go right over as soon as we end this, was just a couple of minutes, and just got a couple of minutes, and we will do an afterglow live stream. We've been doing that for a couple, 3 weeks, and actually we get almost as many people on the community as we do here when we simulcast this on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or X, excuse me. And I think LinkedIn we're on too as well. So don't forget the afterglow. We're going right over there. As soon as this signs off in a minute, we'll go hook up and we don't run a repeat of the afterglows because you guys tend to say stuff that I want to keep secret. So hopefully I'm not going to say anything like that. But between Phyllis, who's with us virtually, and every now and then I have a little picture of Phyllis down in the bottom of my screen, and I'll see hands going like that. It means, don't talk about that, or don't give away the too much information until we do it. But
so I don't think Phyllis would care if I just do that.
That's what she's nodding her head. I bet. Okay. All right. We are out of here. We have a podcast coming up Wednesday, YouTube video on a really great RV review that we did of an RV that may set the quality standard for towables. Really an impressive unit. And I'm not going to give you any more information. That'll be out on Saturday. And then, of course, we'll be back here with Ask Us Anything next Sunday night as well. So it looks like good weather throughout the country, although there was a report of a potential tropical storm, could be a hurricane in the Gulf still, very late in the season, but hopefully that's not going to happen. And those of you on the community, we'll be okay, because we know that that Chris Allen is going to keep us on track of that. We have a space there called Weather for RVers that he keeps us up to date.
And nobody has asked us, but those Asian beetles, we did bring some home with us. We've been vacuuming up Asian beetles.
Yes,
They hitched a ride.
yeah. If you saw the video, go see the video and you can see how muddy they were, but they did come home. The reward was the ones that were still in the RV that night. It got to 25. There are no more. It was sweet revenge. They were all lying. We had vacuumed them all up. But I'm sure there's some that'll find little places to hide out, and we'll see them come springtime.
You will.
All right. Thank you guys so much for being with us for this episode. And those of you in the RVcommunity.com, we're going to go over and do our afterglow for a few minutes right in just a moment or two. So we'll see you there.
Happy trails.
Bye, everybody.